Hello, I'm Brick Road. This is my folly. That's the first word that came to mind. No, this is my YouTube series. I think we're episode 5 now. 5? 5 sounds right. No, this is my series where I have put Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Mystic Quest, Legend 2, Dawn of Souls, and Free Enterprise, oops, all Edwards, into a BizHawk shuffler. So every 45 to 125 seconds, the emulator will abandon the game that I'm playing and switch to one of the other games at random. So we're 9-ish hours into the project at this point, and we've cleared the intro scene in most of the Final Fantasy games in that list. Not all, but most. In Mystic Quest, you see we've cleared out the whole first world. We're on into the second world. This is not a long game. But other games are very long. Final Fantasy IX, we are still... I think we're fighting the bomb on the theater ship in the game's actual intro. I think that's what's happening. So we're in this for the long haul. It's gonna be a minute. Whenever you see that blue bubble, that means we're going to a new game. Oh, I don't know if I've picked a target with you yet. This is Final Fantasy II. All we're doing in Final Fantasy II for this entire swap is Guy is just going to select his target over and over and over again. Every single time I confirm Guy's target, he gets one... I don't even know if 1 point is guaranteed. He gets like 1 Bittle Snooch is the unit of experience that you get in Final Fantasy towards his fisticuffs experience. I'm trying to get everybody's fisties up to... Man, I don't know. I don't know how high I want to go. I want to do enough fisties experience grinding early in the game that the rest of the game just kind of takes care of itself, just so I can punch the rest of the game into submission as we go. And hopefully the HP gains and things will take care of themselves over time, although I don't know that for a fact either. I guess it's not been clear to this point, like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I going to be doing in each of these Final Fantasy games? Like, in terms of, like, if I do a casual run of a Final Fantasy game, I just kind of want to beat the last boss and see the end credits. Is that good enough for this folly? I guess, yeah, folly is the word that came to mind, and I think we're going to stick with it. Because that's going to require some discipline on my behalf on some of these games. Because some of these games, it doesn't take terribly much to get to the end and see, like, the end credits. But I'm going to want to do extra stuff. Like in Final Fantasy VII here, am I going to get to the end of the game? And I'm going to want to go out of my way and kill the Ruby and Emerald weapon, right? Like, I'm going to want to get on the Sunken Gelnica and maybe grind up a couple batches of sources to increase my character stats, right? I'm going to want to breed a gold chocobo, right? And, like, those are all things that I would kind of usually do in a casual playthrough of Final Fantasy VII. But, like, should I do any of those things? I don't know. But it's an interesting thing to think about. And I think what I want to do then is just kind of go through each of the games in turn. Even though I have a psychological aversion to talking about one game while another game is on the screen. For some reason, I find that very, very difficult. I'm the kind of man that can't, like, pat his head and rub his belly at the same time. I can't multitask, is what I mean. But yeah, let's just go through the games and talk about, like, what bonus content, what additional content I might be aiming at And so for Final Fantasy 1, I don't think there's any. That's a solved game as far as I'm concerned. My level of experience with Final Fantasy 1 is such that if you play the NES version of Final Fantasy 1 and if you put 4 characters in your party, you're not doing a challenge run. That's how I feel about the NES version being the most stringent version of the game. Therefore, that opinion also filters down to all other versions of the game. If you've got a 4-character party in Final Fantasy 1, you're not doing a challenge run. You're just doing a regular run of the game. And that's true even if you're doing like 4 thieves or 4 white mages. I've done all of those combinations. I'm not going to sit here and swear to you that I've done every possible 4-job combination of Final Fantasy 1. I don't know if any person alive has. But I would be very confident. I'd be very comfortable sitting down with any team in Final Fantasy 1 and completing all of the game's content. And then, like, for challenge runs, that's when you're doing, like, duo or solo runs. Or you're doing, like, restricted runs. Like, oh, I'm not gonna spend any money or something like that, right? What am I doing here? I guess we're casting fire. Final Fantasy 2, I don't think it has any optional content. Like, Final Fantasy 1 has 1 optional dungeon. You don't have to complete the Citadel of Trials, the Castle of Ordeals, or whatever it is in whichever version you're playing. But here, we'll just let you kill that, and then we'll let you kill... We're going to use a tent outside anyway, so this is all fine. Yeah, I think Final Fantasy 2, you probably literally have to load every single dungeon map at least once. I don't think there's any corner of Final Fantasy 2 that's not on the required path of the game. Final Fantasy 3 and 4 both have some like optional areas and things, like end of game side quests mostly to get summoning spells, and they're usually worth doing in any playthrough because you can always increase your power level a little bit by doing those dungeons and things. In fact, in 3, what I will probably end up doing is clearing, like pushing to Eureka, and then clearing Eureka to get the Ninja and Sage classes, and then back out and go do, like, Leviathan and Bahamut. With those classes to gain the requisite skill levels. That might do something like that. I gotta remember to use a tent here. Meanwhile, this guy... Okay, so she's one-shotting the greenie there. That's good to know. Is it all gonna be greenie? Oh, you just missed, son. Benjamin is not one-shotting the greenie. So if we see like 2 greenies, Benjamin's gonna have to use a spell. Like here. Let's see what this has to say about the situation. Final Fantasy V definitely has a bunch of optional stuff in World 3, and I might just commit to completing all of it. Since I'm not doing a Fiesta run, I'm not going to have to make decisions about, like, my jobs that I have don't need, like, this side quest done. I might just say, like, hey, let's do all the side quests. Just because, like, a casual run of the game would. And I say that out loud, and then I'm thinking in terms of, like, some of those side quests are a bit crummy. Like Phoenix Tower, right? You really want to do like the tablet dungeons? I think doing all the tablet dungeons is a good commitment. For Final Fantasy 1, we have to hard reset after every fight. So we can go back outside and get into the fight we want, which right now is Kaizoku's. 5 of them! Aw, stack them up, lads. And this is going to use up all of Ash's lit, but we're going to work on it one at a time. Yeah, I think like at least doing all the tablet dungeons sounds like a good thing, and then we'll see about Phoenix Tower The thing is, I'm not going to be using Summoner in 5. So there's not going to be any, like, mechanical reason to do Phoenix, like, get Phoenix and Odin and Bahamut and all those. If I was going to do those things, like, it would just be for completionist's sake, and I just don't know if there's much to be gained. I guess it's not a decision I have to make right now, and it's not that I hate Phoenix Tower. You could run Phoenix Tower and get a lot of ABPs. Maybe get 1 or 2 characters into a state where turning them back into a freelancer for the end game would be good. Final Fantasy VI, I think that's a game where we can commit to doing all of the side quests in the World of Ruin. In fact, you kind of have to if you want to run the final dungeon with decently leveled characters. The core of my party in Final Fantasy VI at the end is going to be based around probably Terra, Sabin, and Setzer, just as the characters that can most easily put a lot of damage into the world with little effort. I definitely don't want to just run around and get a whole bunch of magic for a whole bunch of people. And I think in that version of 6, in the SNES version of 6, the final boss doesn't... Because the way it's structured is you, like, line all your characters up in a row, and then the first 4 characters go to fight Kefka. Or go to, like, fight the big statue of amalgamated monsters and Esper droppings or whatever that Kefka sits upon. And... Oh, we've destroyed Alexandria. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, and you have to line up all your characters, and then, like, if a character dies in the battle, they'll be replaced by somebody who's further down the line. But I think in the SNES version, you can just put in 4 characters, then a character will just remain dead, and you can revive them. I think that's a bug that has been fixed in, like, the Pixel Remaster and stuff. I guess the question is, if, like, we're known terrorists... Like, if that's the idea here, if we're known terrorists, to the point where, like, our IDs don't work properly, why haven't we, like, already been arrested? Like, why are we not already in a Midgar jail somewhere? And why is this check built in such a way that we can get past it by going up car by car? Oh, I think I said the wrong thing to that guy and he got away with my money. Okay, well... I think instead of huh, I was supposed to say that's right. But I didn't know what huh or that's right would mean in that case. Anyway, this scene should be over in another second or two. We should also be in a timed event in Final Fantasy VIII right now, I think. Time to jump off the train. Ooh, Light got ice. And it's actually an ice spell. Yeah, I like that. Good, good, good. We're just going to put that here. Cool. Good for Light. Let's continue to get good stuff, please. Go ahead and ice some spiders, some flame, thunder, some spiders. Hurrah. If we're very lucky, we might get to the second world in this game tonight, which means we might get to our first monster meat that we're going to eat. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh, I think the zombie got me here. So flame everybody, thunder these guys, thunder the gang. Goodbye, gang group. And hopefully the two flames take care of everything else. Hurrah. Nope, not eating toad meat. Snow needs to be healed. Fortunately, we've got Key, who is big on much healing. Also, I think I'm going the right way in this game. I never know if I'm going to the back of the dungeon, like to the boss at the end, or what. We're going upstairs. That's all that matters now. Oh, yeah, I was killing this guy. Uh-huh. This ogre. We are making our way to the cave. So I do have to watch my MPs, but we got lots for now. But ogres are too juicy to pass up. And we're dead. So now we're not going to the cave. Now we're going back to the town. But it's worth it to get all this beautiful experience. Oh, we're so far away from the town. Okay. It happens. Don't need to fight wolves. If I see more ogres... Oof. Guys, you gotta get out of here. Okay, so you pick a target. And we'll end this fight. Great. And then that goblin knew it was good for it, so... Hallelujah. And some power went up. Where are we sitting on our Fisties? Level 2 Fisties, 282... 364. She's already gone up to 3. 369. Furian's is way behind in his Fisties. He's just not fistying properly. Fisty better, my butt. My sentence is awful. Why would I say that? Alright, Furian, take the whole swap. And just fisty it up there, Sam. You know what it is? It's Furian, by design, is at the front of the party. So if I always commit to like him doing Fisties commands entry until the end of the swap, well, kind of by design, he'll always have less of the swap to work with, won't he? Maria and Guy will always have the whole swap they're working with because they swap in at the point where Furian has placed his command. And I'm just going to be okay with that. I'm just going to be okay with Furian being a little bit behind in his Fisties. Hey, it's a bunch of Edwards. It's Edward and Idward and Oddward and Adward and Udward. Right now we're working our way through all the ice arrows that we started the game with. All the Edwards started with a pack of ice arrows on their back. And I'm kind of hoping we get use out of all those ice arrows, just kind of going through the overworld dungeons. Except for Idward, he's got an assassin dagger. I do have an assassin dagger I could give to Adward as well, which might actually be better than the arrows he's using. Let's see what kind of damage we get compared to Idward's 156 there. Miss. Great. Just running ourselves out of ice arrows. We've got some miscellaneous packs of other kinds of arrows, too, for when we start to run out. Oddward 5 levels, Edward 1 level, Udward 1 level, Idward 1 level, Adward 5 levels. Yeah, let's give Adward the Assassin's Dagger. I didn't mean to attack there. I pushed the wrong button. Oh, because confirm is a different button in this game than it was in the other game that I was just playing. What if I got a game over here? That wouldn't be good. Alright, we're gonna... That's the best I can do. It's the absolute best I can do. We're gonna get eaten by wolves out here. 1 health in a dream! Oh, my dude. That's not good enough, though. I've already used up my tent. I'm just gonna save. And then if we get a game over... at least I won't lose that level. I'm in a money crunch in Dawn of Souls right now. I'm in a money crunch because I have to... Well, I've got to revive 2 guys. Which is not something you ever want to hear me say. Got 2 more lits for 2 more Kaizokus over there in the back. We're kind of in the same rut in both Final Fantasy 1s. We're working our way up to be able to fight the wizards in the Marsh Cave. So in this game, I'm working my way up. Ash needs to gain a level, and one of 2 things will happen. Either Ash will get to level 6 and have access to Lit 2, the spell Lit 2, or Ash will get to level 6 and not have access to Lit 2, by which I mean she won't have level 3 spell charges, but I'll have enough money to buy a silver sword. If I have enough money to buy a silver sword, we can go fight the wizards that way. I switched to Mystic Quest, and it's such like a brainless game that I just feel like I want to take a break from all the talking. What I want to do is open up my Pepsi here. There we go. How about that? We're probably going to go hit up the Aquaria Inn here after I use up my last fire spell. Oh, it's gone. No more fire spell. Okay, Phoebe. Can you just clean sweep? Oh, you can. We can just use Phoebe to clean sweep if there's more than one. Which in the next battlefield here, there probably will be. Look at that. So we'll do 4 of these fights, cleared out with Thunder. Then we'll go stay at the inn to refresh all the charges, then we'll come back. It's good to have a plan. Alright, so Fearing is good. Now we're going to select with Maria. It's all Final Fantasy II is right now, is grinding the Fisties. Grinding them out, boys. 1 entered command at a time. And I was thinking we'd go to like level 5. And then just play the game normally until some other need arises. My hope is that my level 5 Fisties will be high enough that I can just clear fights as we go. And gain more Fistie levels as we go. And then we would just naturally gain the hit points that we need as we go. So I don't want to have to stop and grind in this game, but I don't know, like, you have to over level. You have to over grind. There's no like plateau you're going to reach naturally through play. I went through a period of my life where I used RPG Maker. I made RPG Maker games for RPG Maker 2000 and RPG Maker 2003. That was my forte. And the way I balanced it was, because you have to make like dungeons and like encounters and boss fights and stuff. You got to design all that stuff if you want to do a JRPG, which I did. And the way I did it was, like, I knew how much experience each encounter would get, and I knew how many encounters were in each area. So what I did was I kept a table of the amount of experience the player would get for each leg of the game if they fought every encounter in the game exactly once, and then I reasoned I could take those characters and then balance the boss fight to be like a challenge for those characters. And it wasn't a perfect system, obviously, because like the player was able to make choices about like what skills to learn or what equipment they found. Like maybe they wouldn't find all the encounters. But to me it made sense because like that's a metric that I could look at clearly and control for. And then my reasoning was like, okay, if a player is not as powerful as that, they could fight the encounters more than once. Like, they could go and fight extra encounters, which is what I think most people tend to do in a casual run of a JRPG. You end up fighting more encounters than strictly necessary, and then you reach like an experience plateau where you're comfortable with the level of challenge presented.
Final Fantasy II does not work that way.
There was no thought or foresight, as far as I can tell, because you can play the game and try to mimic its feedback, like, oh, I'm going to train this person as a wizard, or I'm going to train this person with bows and arrows, and get into a position where you don't know what boss fight's coming up, or, hey, there's a boat down there. So yeah, then what? Then what do? You're out of luck. Actually, I think there's also stuff here I can buy. We had to come to this house so she could tell us to go to the cave. And now we're not going to go to the cave, we're going to go to the battlefields. But first... Oh, there's nothing, no one up this way. I believe there's someone with a piece of armor I can buy in this town. Let's just take a walk up the hill and find out. Yeah. I got a steel helmet. I'm so happy with it. And I'm going to steal whatever's in your daughter's toy box. Thank you. No Mystic Quest player anywhere, at any point, at any time, at any period of history, has ever used a refresher. It's never happened. What am I doing? Using a tent. I had to think about it. Now we're going to save, then we're going to fight the boss. Yeah. So our timer says 36 minutes. That means we must have about 36 minutes in every game. It's like not perfectly aligned. We're not playing all the games perfectly evenly. Over time, it will all even out. But like at this juncture, we should be about 36 minutes into each game. Thereabouts. It depends on how accurate the timing is in Final Fantasy IV. That clock might run a little slow, because it's actually counting like processed game frames and not actual minutes and seconds. I do want to save as much MP as possible, but I also don't want to get bit by these fish. In the first episode of this series, I tried really hard to give every game its own distinctive, like, text box identity. In the games that allow me to configure that. Not every game does. And I think overall I did a good job. I think overall I'm happy with what my text boxes look like. And I hope you all are too. I could give Tella the regular rod, but I don't think he's going to need all these lit spells for the boss. I think spending a couple lit spells on the way to the boss is probably fine. Excuse me. We're in a fight now with these guys. Now, Galif's MP I am going to have to hold on to. So we are just going to be careful with that. I decided, I guess, not to go get the vampire blue magic. Is that what I'm saying? Would I ever use it? I'm not getting it. We're fine. We're fine without it. Mostly right now I'm just trying to get her to learn the blue and learning commands so I can apply them to other jobs. And then get her to start like getting black magic ADPs. So I think the goal is 2 caster characters, Galif and Faris, or eventually I guess Kryl and Faris, with access to black, time, and blue magic. and just forego white magic. You don't need it. We don't need to summon anything. That's my plan, I believe. Meanwhile, in 7, I think the party I'm going to aim for the end of the game, by which I mean like the back half of Disc 3 and the final dungeon and all that, the characters that I'm going to spend time developing. I think I've decided on... you have to use Cloud. Cloud's your boy, whether you like it or not. But I'm thinking Sid and Yuffie. That's my thinking. Because they just get excellent limit breaks, good equipment set. Yuffie's Conformer is really, really, really good. I think I already set up my materia. We can just roll out. We have to use everybody at least a little bit in this game. It's just how the game works. Right, I wasn't very confident in making my way through this dungeon, I don't think. So I don't have a lot more healing in the can. No, I had like 20-some potions, didn't I? I used up all my cure magic. I used up all of Jill's cure magic, but I still had some amount of potions left. Which should be okay. In fact, I probably need some now. Jill and Gav could both use one. Ooh, we got eye drops. I love to see it. Yeah, we got some potions. So I think we're gonna try to get... so we can bail on this dungeon if I have to. If I absolutely have to, we can turn around and leave. And I think I usually do, actually. Because I think we get halfway through this dungeon, and I realize my resources are dwindling, and you gotta make that call. Do I cut and run, or do I push on? And it kind of comes down to... yeah, these guys we definitely want to run from. Dead. Yeah, we're just gonna... I'm gonna save scum my happy ass all the way back to town. You know what? Take 30 steps. That's how it's done. This is how you do it. Not this town. This town's too expensive. We walk past this town. We don't even stop in and say howdy. We made it to the boat. I can save on the boat. We're sailing home, buds. Wow, this is a long way to go without an encounter. We got real lucky. I'm very happy with that. In fact, we might have enough money after we revive all this dead weight to get a second Thundara on a second mage. I need to buy another tent, because I know I used one. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Alright, so I drew a little bit of Cure for that reason. I know Ifrit's ready to do just 1,000,000 damage to me. And that feels like more damage that I can do with my regular attacks. Like, I don't think... like, I don't think we're going for spamming the gunblade just yet. We're gonna reach that point. Spamming the gunblade is about to happen, but not for a minute. I have a plan. on how to get to gunblade spamming for fun and profit as quickly as possible. Are those like TV monitors back there? They've got like a computer network set up. I'm waiting for this zombie to move out of my way so I can get this box. An axe. You know who gets that? You. And I'm going to take this longsword and put it down here. And we're going to give the swords to you. You don't really need the extra strength, but... What are you doing? You're attacking these guys now. No, you're attacking these now. 2 more ices. I think we got to bail on this dungeon. I don't think we're going to make it. Because running from encounters is not really an option in Final Fantasy III. It's not really something you can do. When you choose to run, it sets your defense to 0 or something. And then the enemies just tear you apart. So I might grab this box and then run out of this dungeon. Rest, recuperate. We've gained some levels in here. We're going to have more spell charges. We'll buy a couple more potions. Like, yeah, we should be able to grab this box safely. Another south wind. Let's be honest with ourselves and know that more resources are required to complete that dungeon safely. Better to make that call and back out than get the game over. I know it's going to feel terrible because it's going to take 4 or 5 swaps probably to get out of the cave. We might spend the whole totality of today's 2-hour session or whatever following that through. Oh, okay, no, there is no tent. There's sleeping bags. That's okay. I understand what's going on here. I was very confused for a second. We have a tent, but a tent is actually a cabin. Or a cottage, or whatever we're calling it. It's tent, cabin, house in the NES version. It's sleeping bag, tent, cottage in Dawn of Souls. We had to change all the terminology for all these games for every single release for the past 25 years. We still don't have a version of OG FF7 that has like Fyra, Thundara, Blizzara, right? They were going to need 1 fight worth of gold. To get another Thundara spell. I think I went right under 1,000 gold pieces there. Dude, hella. Then we'll have 2 Thundara. You know, I'll take this one too. I'll take this fight too. Why not? We're going down, bud. Huzzah! And I think I will still be able to, like, jank their materia even when Tifa and Barrett are not in the party anymore. Because remember, at the end of this mission, we wind up in Sector 5 without Tifa and Barrett, and that's where we meet Eris, and then the actual, like, plot of the game starts to get started. That preemptive attack. Cool. Oh, yeah. Well, how many swaps is it going to take when we get there to do the calm flashback scene? It's going to take all night, isn't it? There's going to be a couple sequences like that. I'll take a potion. Should we climb up here? I always forget where to go in this area. I guess the treasures in this point of the game are not going to be extremely specific or important. Oh, alright, Gladio, why don't you wipe out the whole Sahagin population? Why is part of our boat broken back there? What happened to the wall of our ship? I don't know the nautical term for the wall around the ship. I used to. I played Obra Dinn. They probably mentioned it in that. Oh, it's your boy. Alright, so we're going to do an in-stay here as well. We'll buy Thundara, we'll do an in-stay, and walk out of here like champs. We'll buy Thundara, we'll do an in-stay, we'll buy as many potions as we can afford as well. That's what we'll do with all this extra gil that we're going to have. Oh, so good. Okay, stay at the inn. This should be 100. I wonder, like, what's the point of having different inns in different part of the world charge different amounts of money? Like, why is the inn here 100, but it's 50 in Provoca and 30 in Caneria? I don't know if we input his commands yet. We must have, because it was his turn. Wait, that's not necessarily true. I just made that up in my head. That doesn't need to be true at all. In fact, Maria just went up to level 4. I'm going to save that. That's pretty good. As soon as somebody has level 5 Fisties, how does that sound? Because Maria's sitting at level 4. She's got level 4. Right? 4. Yeah, okay, so she's fisting up a storm over here. Great. Ambush is actually good, because we might get a hit. Well, no, nobody's going to hit us. Fine. Because we do need to take damage at some point, or we're never going to get health. It's one of the problems in this game, is, like, training your health. If you don't go out of your way to do it, it's not going to... It might not happen naturally. Like, you might just randomly not get enough hit points until a point in the game where every enemy is doing more damage than you have hit points. And then what do you do? I don't know the answer to that question. I'm asking you. You people out there who are, yeah, Final Fantasy II is a pretty good game. It's alright. It's not as bad as everybody says it is. You have to answer these questions if you're that person. And if you don't... I mean, like, nothing bad's going to happen to you, I guess, but... The cool thing about this fight is once we win it, the timer should go away. We came in on the smallest amount of timer, have all the time in the world, we pre-stocked all these blizzards, I knew what I was going to need. Yeah, we're walking out of here. No problem. Happy to do it. And the next time we come through, we'll be taking fewer steps. I don't think Sarah wants to leave with us, right? Like, she's gonna stay, no, I want to stay in the cave and live here forever until you guys come back to fight the bad guy. Look at how much I'm walking without a random encounter. The luck is with me today. Like, we're not gonna walk up into that side path when we come back through. My last ice spell. That's a pretty good indicator that it's time to go when you're on your last spell charge. Although Jill, with the one shot there. Cool, cool. She does have the White Slayer that slays the undead monster mans. What am I doing? I'm giving you... an Assassin Dagger. You're going to be better with that. Like, you're in the front line anyway, you might as well. A Lit Bolt, an Ow Apple. I love these. Whose turn is it? Whoever has the least maximum health, it's going to be Edward. And I don't think there's any more treasures in this dungeon. There are. Don't need it. Don't need it. I'm saying don't need it. I'm not saying don't eat it. Although if you do come across a middle sword in your travels, definitely don't eat it. It's not food. Alright, so I have some extra ice arrows now. You've got 26. You've got 18. You've got 11. So I'm going to give you these extra 17 arrows we just came across. We've done the Antlion's Nest. We've done the Mount Hobbs. We should go to Fabul now. There is a little bit of looting to do here. Also, there's going to be more after we do whatever boss this is. To the inn. And you're selling what? Like cure potions or something? Oh, all the cure potions are frozen. What a terrible night to have a curse. Back to the battlefield. And these ones we're just clearing out with thunder. Oh, you've got fire as well. She's got all kinds of spell charges. I thought she only had thunder for some reason. Okay, well, I'm pleased to be wrong. I feel like I was just in this cave 25 seconds ago. Yeah, I was literally just here. I have the Deja Shmoo. We don't need to fight you. This fight's obnoxious. No thanks. Octomam. I feel like I need to tip my hat, ma'am. Alright, let's get the Chocobo out here. The Chicoboo. Let's get some lit out here. Cecil's gonna get punched in the face. So the water hag that we fought with the Edwards was in the boss slot. So what it did is it took the water hag boss fight. This is just the way that the free enterprise randomizer works. It took the water hag boss fight and all its associated like AI scripts and things, and then it applied the water hag stats to it. No, other way around. It was the water hag AI scripts and things, and it applied the Octomammoth stats to it. That's how it works. So we got... The fight was as strong as the Octomammoth is, but with the water hag scripting, which is why we saw Anna come out and everything. And that's how all the bosses work. And sometimes that really messes up the boss scripts, and you get, like, interesting things. And so a lot of early game bosses in Final Fantasy IV, all they really do is hit you with their physical attack. So to kind of compensate, because they don't have like complicated AI scripts, they don't have a lot of moves or a lot of gimmicks or anything. To kind of compensate, they just kind of fight you on a pretty like even schedule, I would say. And what happens when you take one of those early game bosses and you roll them into like a late game area, they inherit that boss's like late game agility. I'm gonna buy 4 potions. I'll buy 4 antidotes too. And they hit like a truck super, super fast. Because you get like a boss fight that's not supposed to exist. You get a version of like, oh, it's the water hag, but it's on the moon, so it's punching for 3,000 damage every 2 seconds. It's very fun. One of my complaints with Final Fantasy VII is that, like, your characters don't get very interesting for a very long time. Like, the whole Midgar section of the game is kind of dead in terms of, like, cool things your characters can do. And I get why it's that way. Like, the appeal at the time, and remember, I was around at the time. I was there in 1997 when this game came out. And I was extremely excited to play it the first time I played it. Like, every single section of the game completely blew my mind at the time. Mainly because the graphics were so new. Games didn't look like this, you know? But yeah, mechanically, there's just not much going on with these characters. Really, for a lot of Disc 1, like, you've got to play pretty far into the game before you start getting enough materia that have, like, interesting combinations that you can actually do character builds. Because mostly it's just like, oh, who gets what spells? That's really the decision you're making. It's like, okay, who gets which spell? And when? Push the boat through, Forrest! Not through the go around the whirlpool. What are you doing? If only Ferris had thought to steer around the whirlpool, a lot of this could have been avoided, I feel like. Huzzah. It's this thing! Okay, well, I'm glad that you paralyzed my blue mage and not my black mage, because my black mage can do this. Thank you very much. That was very, very handy of you. But yeah, we skipped pretty much all this, like, fire dungeon on the way in, because once the timer is stopped and we have to walk out again, that's when we can take stock of the random encounters, grab the draw points. Yeah, we'll laser eye. Why not? I'll take the free laser eye. Big damage. I don't want to go down to yellow health, because if I'm in yellow health, he will kill me, so... Great. We have Clive joining the party here. I should name him Clive. Excellent. Confirm that. Great. Oh, good. Here's another unskippable tutorial that we have to look at. I get why these tutorials exist. I think they're kind of badly baked, if that makes sense. Furion, you can select your target now. Good. Like, if we get 100 commands in here with Maria... Well, okay, we're fighting rank 1 monsters, and it might be the case that level 4 weapon skills don't gain as much experience against rank 1 monsters. But you would never know that in the game. The feedback the game gives you never tells you that monsters have ranks, and that lower ranked monsters are worth less for purposes of granting you stats at the end of the battle. You just you have to try to intuit that just by watching the stats you get and knowing how often you're getting them, and then correlating those with the actions you do in each battle. And the cognitive load of that, I just don't know a lot of players are stepping away from the game with all of that knowledge like making sense to them, right? There's a reason why for years and years and years, all of the guides for this game were like punch yourself in the face to give yourself tons and tons of hit points. That's the best way to level up. Back to 8. We're in an 8 heavy kind of moment right now. We're not going to use a lot of elemental junctions anyway. Our elemental spells early on are going to be better junction to our strength or magic or whatever. What I need to do is see how much thunder I've got. We need to stockpile some thunder once we get back. I think one of the monsters outside had thunder. Yeah, because we have a little bit of thunder and a little bit of blizzard, I'm pretty sure. And we'll get a little bit of fire in this cave. Alright, so for now we're going to junction to Squall. Junction GF Ifrit. Great. Here's this guy again. Bolt him! Speaking of stockpiling thunder, how about to stockpile some thunder into your face, Carl Boss? Hashtag got him. Hashtag serve this shrimp up with cheesy potatoes. That's literally a line from the advanced version of Final Fantasy V. Bart's is like, serve this shrimp up with some cheesy potatoes. Or cheesy biscuits or something. Cheesy potatoes, cheesy biscuits, it's all good. It all sounds good to me right now. I had a frozen pizza for dinner. I'm not living large right now tonight. It's just not in the cards, so... Maybe that's a plan for tomorrow, is maybe look in the pantry and see if I got some Bisquick. See if I can mix up a batch of cheesy potatoes. Cheesy biscuit. No, you can't make potatoes with Bisquick. I probably do have potatoes, too. I probably have... Like, I didn't... Okay. I could have made a baked potato with, like, butter and salt and cheese for dinner tonight instead of eating a frozen pizza. I could have. I'm, like, 90% sure I've got potatoes. I'm convenience-brained. I didn't think of that. You gotta think in terms of like, oh, it's gonna take an hour to make a baked potato to have for your dinner, or in 17 minutes you can have this frozen pizza. It's my fault. It's my fault that I eat garbage every day of my life. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that. Oh, this little boy is in the way. Move it, little boy. And then I think up this way should be like one or two... Yeah, there's treasures here. Don't need it. Don't need it. Diamond ring. I think we've got all the diamond rings we could need. Diamond. Both frontline Edwards have crystal. You've also got a crystal. And so yeah, we don't need any more diamond rings. Alright, so we're good here. We can go trigger the boss. I didn't save outside. That's probably a thing we should do. I didn't save outside. That's probably a thing we should... I was saying that hoping the repetition would be funny, and then I would save in this game before going into the dungeon, but then I got into a random encounter, and it ruined that plan. And now the joke is ruined, and everybody's going to be upset with me. Probably need to heal before I save, honestly. Terra can take care of that. "43 minutes in each game, according to Final Fantasy VI. going through as quickly as possible, but we are going to be misaligned, and some games are going to be faster than others, just because of luck of the draw. It might be that some games get chosen a little more often than others, at least at the outset. On a long enough timeline, it will all even out. The auto crossbow has such a satisfying sound effect to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I feel like I've been climbing this ladder for 3 swaps now. Yeah, then down here. I don't know, we may or may not be going the right way. Oh, this looks right. Save point is a good sign that the way we're going makes sense. 47 minutes, according to Final Fantasy VII. I haven't saved since the first reactor. Crazy. Oops, don't need to open the... There we go. Alright, I don't know how Biggs and Wedge and Jesse made it to this area. Like, we left them on the train. So... Oh, we get to hop down this... Whee! Satisfying. Man, we're less than an hour into the game and they're already reusing pre-rendered backdrops. Like... lazy, right? I understand. Like, it's an industrial area. Like, all Shinra reactors are, like, built to spec. How many of these friggin' guys are there? Special combatants. Oh, I've got a steal list here. Who am I stealing from? Nobody until Shinra HQ. Okay. We need to ice these lizards and then flame. I'm assuming lizards are weak to ice. I guess we're about to find out. I would like to defeat all of the lizards with one ice spell. That'd be great. Ah, fantastic. The flame was not enough to take down the mushrooms. Nope. Don't need that. Oh, mana up. Love to see it. I think you're done, and now it's your turn. Okay, so now Guy is gonna level his punchities. Yeah, Shinra HQ, we want to steal from Soldier 3rd Class. Shinra HQ, we steal from a Moth Slasher to get a Carbon Bangle, which is an early game upgrade for armor, I guess. I just have a list here of things I'm going to steal over the course of Final Fantasy VII. I need to get a steel materia first. I actually don't know where I get a steel materia. I know I'll find one eventually. Like, it's not like it's probably missable in the sense that it's not required to get, but I'm probably not going to miss it. Okay, so we can junction Blizzard to Strength. Keep all that. Magic. Give all Blizzard so your Strength is better. You've got Spirit you can junction to, but I don't really care about that. Oh, you've got magic, 'cause you've got Quetzalcoatl. Oh, I should have junctioned your Blizzard to magic anyway, before that fight. Okay, so that's all set. Let's go to... Make sure we're learning the thing I want to learn. Yep, HPJ. Strength J. No, we want to learn... HPJ. And then probably go to Strength 20 after that. Alright, we're good here. Now that we don't have a time limit anymore, we can very leisurely accept this cave for what it is. But now Strength Squall will be a little bit stronger because he's got Strength J on his sword. Yeah, stock some thunder. Stock some thunder. We want as much of these as we can get. I missed my bullet, but I guess we still one-shot it, so it's fine. It's so jarring, for whatever reason. It's more jarring for me to go from like a Final Fantasy VIII battle to a Final Fantasy VII battle, like I just did, than it is for me to go from like Final Fantasy IV to Final Fantasy III. Or like even from like 6 to 4. For some reason, it's so much more jarring for me. Even though the technology boost between like 3 and 4, or even between 4 and 6, is actually larger. I like both. I think both are very charming. They have their own unique tells to them. It's rare for me. I don't really have a Final Fantasy game other than 2 where I don't like the battle system at all. 2 is the only one where the battles just kind of suck, unfortunately. But like even Final Fantasy X, which is a game that I don't like that much, has pretty good battles. I like the battle system in 10 quite a bit. It's thoughtful. It's based on knowledge. It's based on like making good decisions in the moment with really, really good feedback and information provided from the game to inform your decisions. You can swap characters in and out. That's something that other Final Fantasy games don't allow you to do, so it's really cool in that case. I guess that's not true. You can in 12. 10 and 12 have that. I never thought about that before, but that's true. 10 and 12 have that in common. You can swap characters in the middle of battle. Huh. Okay. Axe. Colts. Fire those. Flame those. Thunder those. Should do the trick. Be nice by the time I'm out of here if I can get an SMG. Hey, since we have all this free healing anyway... Haha. How stupid of you to come here. Oh, I'm going to beat you up now, sorry. It's a Rhino. I'm going to axe him. I'm going to Colt him. I think Ice, probably, against a Rhino. And then Thunder. That was it. Now, some of these little sub-bosses we fight later in the game, we're going to need to get their meat. Defense. Fire. Ice. Kaboom. Ashura's base disappeared. Great. So Key is leaving now, I think. You don't have any yet, so I'll give you defense. You could use that. Thank you much. And I think as soon as we get to the next world, I can look for my first meat that I want to eat.
Eat the meat.
Yeah, sounds good. I don't really want meat right now. I kind of just want cheesy biscuits. I talked myself into it. We probably got Bisquick out there. I could probably just, after I'm done recording, do some like 3 a.m. baking, right? Whip up some cheesy biscuits. Like, who's going to stop me? There's a little voice in the back of my head that's like, you shouldn't be making food at 3 a.m. Don't dirty up the kitchen. To them, I say, my kitchen's already dirty. So, yeah. I don't really know where I do know where I'm going, but I feel like I always miss a treasure here. Yeah, I always miss this. I don't know if this is worth anything, but those might be the same little turtle shells that we were hopping on in the Bone Dungeon. Oh, I thought these guys did have something. I thought they had daggers. Or maybe they dropped daggers or something. Gotta remember to hold a button to run in Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VII. They have that in common. Yeah, I'd never thought about that. Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XII are the only 2 games where you can swap your characters in and out of battle in the middle of battle. Final Fantasy X-2 is the only game where you can change your jobs in the middle of battle. Although it looks... I guess Final Fantasy VII Remake 3 is going to have a job system? Like... I don't know, man. Do we need a job system in Final Fantasy VII Remake? Is that what Final Fantasy VII's systems were calling out for? Like, aren't we just getting really confused at this point as to what the project is even ultimately supposed to be? Have we lost the plot a little bit? And then I read, like, a thing where they were saying, like, oh, if we were to remake Final Fantasy VI, it would take 5 games? What? Why? Why is that? Oh, I meant to say yes to you, King Gnarly Beard. Oh, the king doesn't have the beard. His seneschal has the beard. I don't want to disrespect the beard, is what I'm getting at. There's no beard in my party in this game. There's no Tala, Fusaya, or Sid. And it's Bahamut. Great. We're just going to do the best we can. Because sometimes really late game bosses, if they roll into early game slots, like he's still going to count down to Mega Flare. And he has all of the hit points, like all of the combined hit points of the monsters you would fight in the Fubul Gauntlet. There's like 7 fights in a row that you do here. So if there's a like late game boss you don't want to see in this slot, it's Bahamut. Although he's moving very slowly. And Edwards are very, very fast. So we're getting a lot of attacks off. Okay, that actually was not bad at all. Not a problem. I'm going to buy a few potions. I bought my spell, right? Yeah. Let's buy a few potions. I got my tents, I got my sleeping bags, I got 2 antidotes. That should be good. Let's just stock up on potions. Life's good. Let's leave. I've got 2 Thundaras in my pocket. This game says we're 45 minutes into each game. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll take you. Some walking around XP, why not? I wonder if something in Dawn of Souls leveling algorithms just kind of assumes that you want the characters in the top ranks of the party to gain more health, to gain more hit points. Like, is that a thing? That can't be, right? Because level gains in Final Fantasy 1 are somewhat random. There's like for any given level up, there's a couple of different like levels of strength the game can choose from. It rolls a die and determines which stats you get and how much. But it should be random, and instead we're kind of seeing the people up at the top are getting more health. Really? We're getting ambushed by these wolves all the way. Where all the ogres be at? I can't bring myself back from death. If a character dies, we have to run back to the town again. I can use everybody into the condom. We're just going to share that condom. We're all going to hop in there. I'll use that one to heal, and then I'll use the other one on the way out. It's good to have a plan. And like the gimmick of this fight is Octomammoth gets slower, like its agility goes down the more you damage it. Which kind of doesn't matter, really, but if it rolls into a late game, like in a moon slot, like one of the moon bosses, it can be like a lot of damage popping off. For now, we just let Phoebe chain lightning all these guys to death. I guess technically I am quite a bit behind on... No, I'm not... I was looking at their levels. Level 8, level 15, right? And I was about to say, like, maybe I am, like, behind on experience. But Phoebe can't gain experience. So I think what this means is by the end of this chapter, Benjamin should be at Phoebe's level. Or thereabouts. And maybe that's the case. So are we winning a scorpion fight? Yeah, they're weak to fire. We're going to burn this entire... These guys, though, the question is, you know what I'm going to do is fire and fire. That way, if one of them doesn't take all three out, which they can't, the other one will. Trying to do this efficiently. We're just staring on the cliff looking down at that boat. That's all we're doing. Crashed down into the mist. Part of the problem with 9, I had a really hard time like conceptualizing the world of Final Fantasy 9 the first time I played it, because it has such a like strange setting to it with the Mist Continent and the layout, and the idea that the people who live in the Mist Continent build up on these like high plateaus instead of down in the valleys, specifically because of how thick the mist is. And I had a hard time conceptualizing that, even when we get to the case of, like, you've got gates going through the mountain at a place where you've got a path up along top of the plateau, up to the top of the gate, so two different roads come to the gate by different directions. It's really actually very intricate, and it's very cool, and it makes a lot of sense when you have the full map in front of you. But your first time playing Final Fantasy IX, it's really hard to internalize a lot of that. Because you don't even get to see like where Alexandria is on the world map for all of this introductory sequence. Then before you know it, your airship has crashed. You're in the evil forest. And then you spend 20 seconds like in the basin, like the Alexandria basin in the on the world map, and then you're off to Ice Cavern and you climb up to the top. It's like you spend so little time on the world map, just getting a sense of how it all fits together doesn't like illuminate itself in your mind at first. It is a really cool setting, and I really like how it all fits together. Like, somebody sat down and put a lot of thought into like why these nations would use airships in a particular way, and how they would fly from country to country and so on. Like, it's all there. I kind of want more thunder than that. Before we get back to Garden, actually, I think it'll give me access to Keistis' magic even when she's not in the party anymore. I'll take it all from her anyway and have Squall deal it out. Is there a reason to go over here? No, just waste time. Useless little side path. Mm-hmm. Alright, bud, what you got for me? We're not going to find out till next swap. We are still in the intro sequence of Final Fantasy IX. We got to push through all these little scenes here at the Evil Forest. I think I can safely ignore Mognet, can't I? I hope. Yeah, this system. We can ignore this. Like these ATEs. Please select the... I don't want to select the event. Alright, I guess you have to. And they only ever show you like 2 seconds of this little like side vignette. They almost never give you enough context to understand like what's going on here. And the first time you play the game, you obviously want to look at all of them because every little storyline, it's like a little nugget of story. But your 9th time playing the game, it loses its luster a little bit. Alright, back to the cave. I think we made the sensible decision to like cut this cave in half and explore it a piece at a time. Hurrah. I like how your NPC helper buddy like has a hard time keeping up with you when you're walking around in Final Fantasy III. I like a lot of things about this game. These are good games. I like a lot of things about a lot of these games. They're charming and good and thought-provoking and fun. And many of them have good graphics and music and characters that you fall in love with. You thought I was about to say except Final Fantasy II. That's what you thought I was about to say. You thought like the other shoe was about to drop. But I didn't. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. We need to eye drop Jill. Once it is possible. Get the bird out here, Rydia! I don't know what's going on with the graphics in this game. I got like a booty butt cheeks ROM, apparently. I'm pretty sure this is the same ROM that I used to generate my free enterprise seeds. And I don't have that weird graphics issue in free enterprise. I don't know what's going on here. Tella, that Octomam is a lady type. Old irritating man misgendering the octopus monster here in the waterfall dungeon. It's not good. It's not right, I tell you. I don't have a hat to tip, unfortunately. Be like, man. But, oh, I just fought with Tella. It's fine. The battle's over. Ooh, do I get to set the bomb again? But this time we don't get the timer. So this is what? Airbuster is the fight here? Is it Airbuster? Oh, we're poisoned. I hate it. Every time Cloud swings his sword, I ready myself to hit the trigger button. Because I think I'm addressing Squall. It's the brain worms. The brain worms are in there. Where are we going next, Blue Bubble? Yeah. I think everybody's inputted, so make it happen. Good job with your stick there, Minwu. Oh, look at her go! 3 hits, 143 damage. She's on level 4 Fisties, but notice she only got 3 hits. Which means one of her potential hits didn't land. And yeah, because this is a 2-round fight, we're going around again. And I should try to have Guy cure himself after he takes another hit of damage here. Lots of considerations to work on. I don't think the Saga style of leveling, which is what Final Fantasy II is a prototype for, the idea of like what command you use helps to dictate like what stats get raised. I don't think it's a bankrupt system. I just think the way Final Fantasy II implements it is not good. Functionally, it's the same system as Humans and Mutants in Legend 2, which is another Saga game. Like in the little ATE event, we don't even get to see what attacked them. Oh, I gotta go look for them now. Okay, will do. Evil Forest. First time you enter an area in this game, you always get like that little tag pop up, the area tag, and they're all like bespoke designed fonts. They're all like area specific, except Evil Forest is just like, here's some serifs. Enjoy a serif. Right, because I stole him a Mage Masher. We need to get as much gold as we can before Dolly. All of my plans for Final Fantasy IX involve spending pretty much all of our gold in Dolly when we get there. This is going to be our limit break tutorial here. After the next swap, we'll come back to it. Ah, Thunders. Seems like Keistas could use a little bit of cure. We'll make that happen for her. Great. Nope, not fire. We're going to put these Thunders to good use later. Probably a little more than that. So show me another one of those guys, please. Hey, here's a drop point. Ooh, big chunk of fires. Hey, I went into the fire cave and I found some fire. Because I heard you like fire on your fire. Here's some fire. Just keeps coming back around. The themes over and over again from game to game. You're burning people with fire in one game. You're coming back. You're burning people with fire in another game. You're pulling fire out of the ground. Oh, no. Benjamin doesn't use fire here. Only Phoebe does. They're weak to fire. Ah. You can hear their shells, like, cracking. And the scorpion meat sizzling. Can I get away? You know what? I'm not going to try to get away with anything. Let's just... We can always go to the inn as much as we have to. Nope, I should have just hit him with my axe. The axe would have been enough there. Oh well, I wasted one shot of fire. So sue me. Then the narrator chimes in. And then all of Brick Road's viewers sued him. And he owed damages for... I don't know what your complaint is. I don't know what you're going to say. I'm sure it's valid, whatever it is. Whatever like your complaint is. I probably agree with you. Honestly. Good job, Benjamin. I'd give you a round of applause. My hands are too busy holding a controller. A PlayStation 5 controller, which as of yet I have been too much of a coward to plug in this little Switch dongle that I have that's supposed to let me use my PS5 controller on Switch. It's kind of like my last ditch effort to be able to play Switch games without... At this point, I think I would have to buy like an aftermarket controller, won't I? Because like nobody's got Switch 1 controllers in stock anymore, surely. Oh no, we're 10 minutes too late. It looks like Damsian's getting carpet bombed. Actually, they bombed the whole desert. Which is a little bit crazy. They didn't have to glassify the entire region. Crossbow, not going to use that, not going to use that. Ruby ring, not going to use that. Ruby ring is better for magic defense, but like nothing uses magic in this point of the game, so... I guess it's nice that Rydia has bow and arrow options at this stage. Probably just fire on this guy, right? We will take some fires, why not? I think most of what we have right now, honestly, is blizzards, but a little bit of each doesn't hurt. Ooh, this bomb came back for more. Alright then. I like his tenacity. Good. Coming back for more and more. Like, the longer this bomb lives, the more and more fires I get. So I'm happy that he's hanging out. It's over. Oh, it's just satisfying. This battle system is just satisfying. I like the... It's like tactile and like punchy. And you suck magic out of bad guys and put it in your pocket. And the more magic you put in your pocket, the stronger you get. It's cool. It's cool and I like it. 4 levels, 2 levels, 2 levels, 3 levels, 4 levels. Excellent. And our key item that we get from this excursion is a ninja hat. which I don't think we can equip. We can. Okay. Yeah, you upgrade to that. Oh, so Ninja Hat they can use. Ninja Clothes, not so much. Good. So now Fabul is done. I guess we haven't done Mithril Isle yet. Or Silvira, or whatever we're calling it in this version. Not this version, this is Final Fantasy VII. My brain was still playing Final Fantasy IV, Free Enterprise, Oops All Edwards. Deadly Waste. Ooh. I'm glad we're carrying that around. Maybe I should have saved. Is it possible to get a game over in the church sequence? And am I going to get another save point before the church sequence? I don't know the answers to these questions. I'll just be careful. That's what I'll do. I'll be careful if I can. Oh yeah, poison is not persistent in this game, because Barrett did eat some poison and came out okay. You know what? I'm not a fan of Tifa's attack animation. I'm just going to say it. It's hard to tell what exactly... It looks like she's attacking with her fist and then her shin. My preference would just be like 2 real good meaty hits, one with each fist, right? I mean, y'all know I love me some fisties. Gotta get into the train with the fisties. We gotta enter and cancel a whole bunch of attack commands to make sure Tifa's fisties are up to par. Key left. Okay, so we're on our own. We don't even have any healing, but we should be coming up on a town really quick in this next world. I hope. And this is the world that should have our first meat that we're going to eat. Let's go into the town first. See what we can find. I think a rapier I want for... With Sai knife I definitely want. Will probably be good. There's a Colt, there's an axe. I want that SMG really. Any of this? I don't know. Just potions, I guess. Bronze, silver, yeah, some cure potions. Get a bunch of packs of those. I want a silver hat. I'm going to give all this armor to Snow. Make him tanky. We really need the trance tutorial here. Trance is such a useless thing in this game. It's just a vestigial... Because it's your limit break, right? But you can't, like, really control your limit break meter. And your character automatically goes into trance when the meter is full. And that almost always just happens halfway through a random encounter that doesn't matter. It's really, really rare for your trance to actually matter. We don't even have any sword arts. We don't get boss music. I guess this is not the boss. This is just a little underling. Let's do title. Oh, I don't want to hit Garnet with that. I think his limit breaks alternate between single target and multi-target. Because he gets 1 per ability, and he probably has 8 use abilities, I'm guessing. I think they alternate. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, everybody go ahead and inhale some fungal spores. Oh, let's do this first, I guess. We're going back up a different way than we came down. I like that, at least. We came down on the... Oh, right, because we're going to go out here onto the catwalk, and then the president's going to come by in his helicopter. So we have to go out a different route that we came in. Mm-hmm. The route we came in connected to the train tunnels. See, I'm internalizing geography here. It's part of what I like to do in these games. I think before I get up to the top, though, I'm going to use a cure spell on my party. Probably a good idea. Ooh, like Barrett's limit? Yeah, I'll do the cure right now just to preserve his limit and use it during the boss fight coming up. You know what? I'll do the same thing with Tifa. In fact, Tifa can bolt this thing instead. Even though Tifa's limit, I always feel like it's way, way better than it actually is. Although this version of the game, I'm able to pause the tumblers and assure getting yas all the way across. I guess we could try it. You know what I mean? Like pause buffer the yeah. These guys are still fighting Kaizokus. Kaizokus and Fisties. If our Fisties finish up before these Kaizokus finish up, that would be insane, wouldn't it? That means Final Fantasy 1 is grindier than Final Fantasy 2. But to be clear, this is all the grinding we're ever going to have to do in Final Fantasy 1. Getting that first Lit 2, that gets us past the wizards, gets us past Astos. Getting past Astos is a huge buff in equipment, both weapons and armor for the whole party. By that point, too, our black belt will start coming into his own. Like, from that point, we're just like on kind of, I'm not going to say easy train. But yeah, because we got no blasts there. 793 experience to go. If we get to... I'm almost to 4. When I get to 4,000, I'm going to go buy a silver sword. Silver sword is... oh, no, I forgot. I forgot. Hard reset. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I screwed up. That's my bad. My big B. I fixed it. We're back to Kaizokus now. Here they are. It's the boys. I didn't forget about them. But yeah, like, so what I can do is we do a bunch of treasure hunting after we kill Astos, and part of that treasure hunting is going to involve using up all of our charges of Fire 2 and Harm 2 on some guaranteed undead spite squares, which will be good for a bunch of quick experience. So, grinding in Final Fantasy 1 is not really a thing if you are knowledgeable about the game. Which I am. The only virtue I really possess in this world is, you know, I'm going to have you steal. I'm going to try to steal from the thing. And I might have to throw a potion. Oh, a broadsword. Ooh. You know what? Keep stealing. I'm going to push my luck. No! Yeah, we stuffed ourselves in the condom. I had forgotten. just to get a little healing done. We're making progress by inches in the Final Fantasy 1s, and also in Final Fantasy 3 is slowing down, but it won't be slow forever. Look how fast I'm moving now. Look at this. I'm trucking. And preemptive strike. We're just going to run from this. We out. Don't even take all the treasures in here. We're just rolling on out. Another preemptive with green slime. Twice in one swap. What are the odds? Someone out there could calculate the odds, I would think. This fight... I'm going to burn them. Because trying to run from this fight, if I'm not able to, could be very, very terrible. But we do need to get a turn. Please. Okay. Like, if we were on spell charges, that would probably be all of our Thundara, the two that we just used there. But because we're on MP, we've got probably dozens of Thundaras. 2 more to go. Are we just going to tough out one fight here with no magic, it looks like? Yeah, that's my last spell with Phoebe, so we're going to be doing one fight here. Tough it out with no magic. Just how we got to do. Oh, are you kidding me? What was that? It's a critical hit. All my health. All right, I'm bouncing back. I'm bouncing back. Wow, that was a great combat round. I really enjoyed that. Where none of the monsters died and my attack misses. Phoebe, would you please kill this thing? Thank you. I got a magic ring. Love it. Love that for me. Alright, let's hit this in. Recharge the spells for the next battlefield. Yummy! What was I doing? Using a potion. And we get to save before this boss fight. Out of the way, that. Thank you. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Okay, hope my turns come out quick before that Blood Bones is the one that's going to do all the damage to me. The skeletons we just mop up with one Thundara. Oh, we pulled it out! Look at that! I've got the potions I need in reserve to fix that. Love that for me. Yeah, let's go ahead and get healed up. Healed up. We can save in dungeons in this version of the game because it's Babby's first dungeon. Here's Pisco Demons. They are not weak to any element, but they are resistant to fire and ice. So, we come in with Thundara, which they're not resistant to. This, I don't like my chances here. I'm not gonna lie to you. This doesn't feel great. Does it come down to just Noctis? Oh my god, it comes down to just Noctis. Do I have a Phoenix down? Oh, I should have done the ship minigame and got an emergency exit. Why did I do that? Why? No. Why did you target? Oh god. Everything's falling apart. It's bad. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Phoenix down. Hey, pass that other Phoenix, that spare one we've got. Let's send it over to the dudes in Dawn of Souls. Over to Noctis and the boys, if you don't mind. Okay, let's use a potion on Vivi. I'm gonna claw this fight back from the... That's why you gotta save every time. That's why I should not have walked past that save point in Final Fantasy VII in the reactor on my way out. I'm like, I don't need to save right now. That's stinking thinking. I gotta stay on. Oof. I just lost track of where my cursor was on the screen and then pushed the wrong button to cancel the attack, is what happened. I tried to cancel the attack to bring my cursor back to the menu where things made sense. But because my confirm and cancel buttons keep switching from game to game to game, we got our Phoenix down back at least. All right. I'd like to see one more of these. I don't know what the monster's name are, but the thing that I think it's a Blair actually. Yeah, there we go. 'Cause we can get some thunders out of you. Is that all you got? Great. I don't know how many of these we're going to need in the end, but I think we can get more in Dalit. I think that the soldiers in Dalit, I think, have Fire, Ice, Thunder, and Cure, perhaps. If I'm remembering correctly. Got an ether. Oh, that's where I came from. That's where I came from. This is where I'm going to. Right, this stupid little mini game. I'm late. Perfect. Oh, second try. Haven't played this game in 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's another save point. Great. I'm shaken by the troubles I got into there. I don't actually want this fight. I don't want to use up my limits. So it's going to come down to Cloud and Tifa doing spells, I guess. Back upstairs. Yeah, because if we're going to fire off both of those limits on the upcoming boss fight, that would just be divine. Man, we're gonna get a character in this dungeon, or in this ruined castle, I suppose, and it's gonna feel weird. 'Cause it's not gonna be Udward or Oddward or Idward or Adward. Huh? Oh, he's about to get spoonied on, isn't he? Alright, we all got spored except for Zidane. So Zidane's got to drag both of them back. We're still in the intro. We're not out of the intro until Zidane... Zidane? Is that how I'm saying it now? Zidane, Steiner, and Vivi leave the wreck to go get Gurnet. And there's like a bunch of little tiny scenes between now and then. So we still got a bunch of swaps. And then we're finally clear of the intro of Final Fantasy IX. Mm-hmm. The color is obviously poison. I'm an expert on the color of poison. There's also treasures around the ship. If I recall correctamundo. Just little things, but for this point in the game, you know what? I said I didn't care about all those little bits of gil in Alexandria up on the rooftops, and now I kind of totally, completely care. Something tells me with these guys... You know, let's just see what happens. Axe and thunder. Can you clean the house? No. Ooh, maybe with thunder and a bomb I could have done it. Perhaps. This is an axe fire situation. Right? Yeah. See, I'm like routing through the little puzzles of these monsters. Trying to use as few resources as possible. This might be a... You know what? We are going to use a bomb fire in case fire doesn't do the trick. So there's... Yeah, okay. They're weak to it. But this is a bomb, because everybody's weak to fire, but... Oh, we did thunder before, and nobody's weak to thunder. That was the problem I was having. This is an axe situation. Axe fire. Bring us home, Phoebe. Thank you. Level up, level up. We're catching up to her. We're going to catch up to her before long. This is just a straight fire situation. Yeah. You're done. It's Maria's turn. I got kind of desynced on my Fisties levels. Maria got way ahead of the other two, and I'm not 100% sure how that happened. Firion, I know, fell behind because he's losing half of his Fistie inputs to having to, like... Yeah, because we're starting combat on Firion, and, like, half of his swaps are being dedicated to, like, walking on the map and getting into the encounter and whatnot. Thank goodness for this exploit. Can you imagine trying to play this game without exploits? I've never seen anybody play this version of the game without exploits. In fact, it's very rare to see anybody play this version of the game at all. The world is kind of just written off the Famicom version of Final Fantasy II entirely. And you know what? I don't think that's fair. I think there's quite a lot of historical merit to playing the original versions of games when they come out. I'm not against remakes, remasters, whatnot, but like, you can't let them just replace the original game, right? We can't just throw away the original and only play the newest version. Have you seen that Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition collection they tried to put out? Can you imagine if that was the only version of those Grand Theft Auto games that exist? Oof. In fact, I think Steam just tried to sell me some new re-release or remaster of Halo. Like, I'm not opposed to Halo, but actually, I've been meaning to boot up one of my old Halo games. I only played Halo 3 and 4. I played a tiny bit of Halo 2 on my buddy's Xbox way back in the day, but Halo 3 and 4 are the ones that I put time into. And since I played Doom last year, and I kind of like, oh man, maybe shooters, maybe I can get into shooter games more. And I was thinking about revisiting Halo at some point. So maybe looking up Halo 3 or 4 on Steam might be worthwhile. Or maybe not, I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be a complete waste of time. The old man has slapped me. Maybe we give Edward the bow and arrow. Maybe that's why we got all those arrows, to give to Edward. The Edwards on the other game, they're really good with their bows and arrows, but this one's only going to have like a crap bow. It's not going to have a good one. I don't think he can use a sing command without a harp equipped, but I'm not going to use a sing command anyway, so. Worry not, someday we'll have Lit 2 and these fights will go much faster. It only feels like it's going slowly because of the swapping. It's not actually going slowly. It only feels that way because we're only seeing the game in 1 or 2 minute chunks every 20 minutes. And you know what? If we're being fair, if we're being objective, like, that's also true of the Fisties grinding in Final Fantasy II. Like, if we've only done like 40 total minutes of grinding in Final Fantasy II, which isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things. Jill needs an eye drop. I just got one. Handy. And all kinds of south winds. That's what I'm going to do to this boss coming up. It's just south winds for days. That's the whole plan. Just the encounter rate is so friendly in this game. In some areas, I guess. In some areas it would be worse than others. It's nice that I was not able to just accidentally punch myself in the face by pushing the button once too many times, like it is in some other games which will remain nameless. I was about to say we were just barely in the range of winning these fights in one round because of our attacks brought them just barely into a spread ice range, but not quite true. I kind of wish the game did a little bit more with your companions over the course. Because like we don't see Princess Sarah again until the very, very end of the game. And you get to the point where you kind of forget about your companions, and then at the very, very end, there's a scene where suddenly they're important again. It's like, what? Who are these guys? We can get one more? Yeah, there we go. One more encounter. That's all I wanted. One more of these wares on the way out. Give me another 8 or 9 thunder spells would be good. Oh, it's a bomb. Okay, give me some fire spells. It's fine. What we're doing is we're drawing once with both, and then after Squall has drawn once, we're just going to draw with Kestis and attack with Squall until the fight is won. And that's my master plan. And all we're getting out of this guy is fire, but that's fine. Because these fires we can turn into strength. Great. And like eventually we can turn them into Fyras and Fyragas, and this game's systems are so cool. Oh, we're gonna miss that swing when we come back. Alright. R1 button after every swap. That's what we're doing. Watch your girlfriend blink away into the oblivion wherever dead pixels go. None of these other guys get to blink away. They are resigned to their fates. Sorry. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Who's this guy? I'm going to give you some white arrows and a crossbow. That's better than your dumb little harp. Oh yeah, we didn't need that. I always forget to get it. I always forget it's there. We're actually not gonna power up our chicken knife, are we? If we don't start running a lot. We don't know flee yet. I got observe, but I think what I want is learning. I think observe is a command that shows you remaining health. I think. I'm not going to be used to the names of abilities in this version of the game. Because I'm more used to the GBA and Pixel Remaster version from my 4-job Fiesta runs over the years. This is all fine. We should not get another encounter between now and the boss fight. I shouldn't think. Because we're like right there. Hoorah. That's a lot of guys. Buy this too. Okay. Equip. Snow. Instead of bronze armor, you got bronze armor. Put on your... I want your axe up top, for one thing. Here's a hat. Here's some of this. Take a cure. You've also... I bought a bronze armor and didn't need it. You don't have any cure yet, though, so take some. And I've got 2,500 left. Oh, we're just getting encounters in the village. Okay. Ooh, we got... We want to put that down here so it gets overwritten. I think that means we got a weakness to Quake, which is not good. Desert Town is a paradise. Ashura became a god. We have to, like, learn where Ashura's dungeon is. So, this is not ideal, but... we're gonna save Scum all the way back. This bat, though. This bat, too. You gotta move, bud. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get him. Ugh. Okay. I can heal that poison. I can heal poison one more time. We can save as much as we want, so we're not actually in any danger. It's just like this battle here. Like, what is happening with 5 werewolves in an ambush? Whoops! And like, even if I do get out of this mess, which I didn't. Yeah, if we had done the ship game, we could have won an emergency exit and then just warped right out of here. I'm going to save at the start of the floor. Seems like a good idea. We're just going to flee. I can't fight them. We are paralyzed, which means we are stun locked, which means we are going to get picked apart, and the blood bones will eventually destroy us. Fantastic. We're going to get out of that cave. Don't you worry. It's going to be great. And then we'll be able to maybe afford some more Thundara. Then we'll go kill Astos, and he'll definitely deserve it. We'll take all our aggressions out on him. It's just, ugh. It's just this niggling point in the back of my head. Like, I want to be in Dawn of Souls right now, taking care of the immediate issue. I don't want to be in Mystic Quest clearing a battlefield right now. This is the last one. Then we go back to the inn again, and then we do the dungeon. Alright, back to the inn, then we do the dungeon. We should probably save at some point in Mystic Quest, too, huh? Like that. Okay, now we can go back to making meaningful progress in this game. Ooh, a brown box. I'll do a brown box. Ooh, a brown box. I'll do a brown box. So one back here. Unsure. I think I need to go down and see Vivi first. Yeah, in here. Oh, just another brown box. What is the plot trigger here, then? I was thinking you had to see Vivi. Maybe it's run out here and do something. Oh no, we're not out of the ship yet. We gotta get all this free stuff is what we gotta do. So it's not gonna let... I'm not allowed to leave, right? It's gonna be too tough on my own. Okay. Yeah, I think we gotta find Vivi's room. Looks like we've done the requisite looting of the area here. The old knight... Oh, there's a box. I did not do the requisite looting. There was more. Over here. Here we go. This is where we'd have not gone yet. Brown box. Hey, bud. How we doing? Ooh, preemptive attack. What am I getting for a fire spell these days? That's the question. Nothing, because those guys don't take damage from fire for whatever reason. He's like water weird. I guess that's why. They're like water weird. They're made out of water. You can't burn water. They get boiled, though. You can boil water. You can get a boil on your water. Whose turn is it? Oh, actually, if we were inputting for Guy, it must be... Oh no, it could have been the end of Maria's turn. I might owe Guy a round. Is that 5? Did she just hit 5? 360. 5. 4. You know what? I'm going to call that 5 good enough. We're going to... buy a couple of tomes here. I'm thinking about my cure magic idea, and I just don't think we're going to use spells enough for it to matter. So I'd rather everybody have a cure tome on hand. So we're just going to buy a cure tome, and then buy a cure tome, and then buy a cure tome, and then buy an ice tome, and buy an ice tome. And then, you don't use items out of your inventory, or out of the main, like, communal inventory. You have to equip the items you want to use. So that's going to be my next trick. I always die to Tuskers here. And I'd rather that not happen this time, if that's okay. Oh, it's getting close. If Locke doesn't kill his mammoth, he's going to retaliate with gore and then die. Which he did, though. We're great. And you know what? Here, Locke, you can... I can give both of you some. Enjoy. Works for me. Have I mentioned recently how cool this background is? Like, I'm just saying. Did you want the... No, Mithril Blade is not worth... I think we bought that, and it's not worth buying because he just upgrades to the Guardian anyway. Oh, well. Hey, it's the gang. They're back. The gang from Legend 2 is here. I should use Bioblaster, because I'm pretty sure that humans take extra damage from poison in this game. We might be able to Bioblast both of them to death. I'm just in the habit of only ever using auto crossbow, and I don't know why. I don't know why I developed that habit. An Atlas armlet, that's for you. You're going to be glad we have that when we get to the South Figaro scenario later. I'm just going to go ahead and use your fire. We have a couple of seeds if she, like, completely runs out. Like, this is another fire situation for sure. Love that for me. Oh, I got 2 bombs because I'm loaded up on bombs. We have all the bombs we can ever want. This is a fire situation for Phoebe. Using up all of our weaponry is not a great idea, or all of our magic is not a great idea anyway, because I think the boss is weak to fire, but I am going to throw, just in case fire doesn't clear this. But I mean, let's clear what we can with the magic we have, right? Let's not walk around with a bunch of extra charges that we don't use. Zidane is so nice to Vivi. Did Vivi get medicine? Did anybody think to give Vivi some medicine? Alright, is the flashback scene here really necessary? Like, we're still in the intro and we're just flashing back to an earlier part of the intro. Maybe a little much. Like, we get it. It's love at first sight. They deserve to be together. He wants to do soft butt touches. I think he gets to do soft butt touches, actually. I think there is a scene in this... I missed it! Oh, dang it. Alright, well, we get an extra draw then, probably. I totally forgot I was supposed to be R1ing after every swap. We just get an extra couple fires, that's all that happened. It's a happy little accident. Goodbye. How's my GFs doing, by the way? Have we learned anything yet? Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. You want... Yeah, HPJ is what we want to start you with. Yes, yes, yes. Pretty important that we start with HPJ. Oh, we're going to get another fight on the way out. Every fight's so exciting because it's a couple of extra opportunities for more thunders, more fires. Kistis could use a cure spell. We'll work on that. Don't worry. I think I was pointed at Kistis there. I guess we'll find out. Is there a path? No, there's not a path up that way. There's a worm down this way. Now, worms are weak to axe, so we axe and then... Okay, you're not one-shotting the worms. You will in a second here when you give up this claw. Great round. Love that for me. Excellent. Yeah, because right here... Thanks, Phoebe, for saving my life. And now she's switched to a bow and arrow. Is there a reason to actually come up here? I think we want to be down on the bottom. Well, we'll come up here anyway. So those guys don't like arrows, I think. So I think we could one-shot. No, the arrow's just strong enough to one-shot them. No problem. But then they're going to shoot me. Possibly. No, we got him. Beautiful. So the whole point of these scenes is like Zidane is, I'm gonna go after Garnet because she has such a nice butt, and then so there's 3 scenes I need to do here. Like, one is I got to go upstairs and talk to the boss to get permission to leave. Oh, there's another box I missed. We're gonna deal with all this equipment in a minute. So I guess the boss went outside. Okay. But then the boss is going to give us permission. Then we got to come inside again and talk to Vivi and Steiner. And they agree to come with me to help Garnet. And that's how the 4 of us end up on the road together. Actually, I think the boss is back in this room here. This room was empty before. Hey, look, it's the guy. It's the Sneezy Pants. Let's be careful about not losing to Tuskers. If I can handle it. They're tough. They're tough monsters for this point in the game. And this is not a very hard game, so they might in fact be the hardest monsters in the game relative to when you fight them and the resources you have when you first find them. I don't like this at all. Nothing about this is good. In fact, we're going to start with a cure spell here. And that's actually my last cure spell. We're going to have to pop a tincture here before too much longer. Look who else is casting Cure. It's this lady. We're doing mop-up in a couple of games here. We're doing like heavy mop-up in Dawn of Souls especially. I feel like I missed my slash there, but I'm not sure. It went down in 1 hit, which tells me I hit it, but I feel like my brain didn't register the flash. So, who knows, huh? Alright, so we have passed our prerequisite, so we can go on the war. We get to go to the war assignment that we have for ourselves later. Go ahead and use a tincture on yourself. Go ahead and use a potion on the man. Go ahead and use a crossbow on the mammoth. This is a tricky fight that we got ourselves into here. My goodness, we got like 3 or 4 tough Tusker fights in a row. We pulled through. Didn't lose a man. I like how the centaurs like put their hands up like, oh, I give up. That's what they sound like. I'm a centaur. I give up. Sorry, I shouldn't make fun. I hear you guys can do this, right? No, only the Edgehog. Whoops. 'Twas a waste of a fire spell. Well, if I had attacked, it would have been a waste of an arrow, surely. We couldn't win that fight in 1 round anyway, I don't think. Anything with 3 monsters is probably going to take 2 rounds, I would imagine. But you can see how much DNA is shared between this game and Legend 2, right? Oh, go ahead and confuse Phoebe. That's exactly what I want. Yeah, having Phoebe confused is perfect. I'm working really hard for this blue box over here. It's behind this door. A whole bunch of monsters. We like axes. Do we like thunder on worms? Nope. Doesn't matter. Benjamin, my dude. You had it, you lost it. Okay, do bombs then. Phoebe should kill one, and then we'll split the bomb 2 ways. We managed. There's the boss down there. We can't get there from here. What were we doing? Were we icing these mummies? This is a lot of mummies. This is a big, big pack of mummies. Mm-hmm. Not a lot. It was split too much. There's too many mummies. If anything, I should have single-targeted the skeleton. Alright, we're picking on Jill quite a lot here. I need to cure that. I need to kill this mummy. I need to probably use a potion on Jill. Sounds good. Ugh, poison is everywhere. This was a lot of mummies. Why is there a 6 mummy battle in this dungeon, man? Also, does Pure just not work? What happened, dude? Why? I don't understand why that didn't work. You definitely need to potion here. Did I cast Pure on the... Did I push the wrong button? Did I cancel when I was supposed to... I don't know what happened there. I don't get it. I don't get it. I cast the Pure spell, it didn't work. Maybe it only works outside of battle, which is stupid, and I hate that. I'm mad now. Now I'm mad. And I just want to flip my desk. Ah, this one encounter is going to push me back too far, isn't it? I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually, is hard reset. We'll probably find Kaizoku's on the way down, but we have 4,000 bucks now, and it's time to buy a silver sword. So we'll push through these guys, and we'll continue on down. Alright, what was I doing? I was talking to some guys. Giants used to live in the next world, but not anymore. Shadow of a tower in a sandstorm. 7 east, 7 south from the cactus south of the town. 7 east, 7 south. Got it. I'm going to trust him. In fact, I'm going to save. Okay, I saved. I need to find a certain monster around here. And we no longer have Key to help us. And we cannot get Trooper's meat. It's not this. This is not the monster we need. That mana upgrade we got is doing some work for us. Like it, like it, like it. Were-rat. That's what we're after. Ice some were-rats, please. Well, we need to get were-rat's meat. If the were-rat does not drop its meat, we're still up a creek. Man, Terra's just taking a ton of damage no matter what I do. Hurry up and level up so you don't die immediately from everything. I would have never guessed that that pure spell wasn't going to work. I'm so upset. Ugh. It's the boys again. Here, we'll use the Bio Blaster this time. See what good that does us. Oh, they like it. They like the Bio Blaster. Cool. Great and good. Why? What is the philosophical ramification of that specific monster being able to absorb poison? Why? I don't know, man. It's really funny, though, how I'm just taking L after L after L in every one of these games. Okay, well, we won't do that again. Alright, at least these guys... You know what, we haven't saved in this game in quite a long time. So yeah, seems like a good thing to do. Alright, and there's home. We live right next door to the fire cave. What did you guys have? You had thunders, didn't you? No, they had fires. Well, we'll take them. Sure will. We're going to be in this fight for a minute. Each of these guys is going to take two... No more space. You've got all the fires you can have. Oh, well, I guess we're stocking scans then. Or I draw fire with you and attack with Kestis is probably the smarter move. Yeah, definitely the smarter play. Let's stockpile fires, man. 100 fires on Squall's strength would be a good starting point. And after this fight, we're not going back to the inn. We're going to keep sailing down to Elfland and buy a silver sword. Which will help quite a lot for both the wizard's fight and Astos. And the only reason we're gaining this many levels is because the red mage needs them to get lit too. It's the only reason that we're not already in the Marsh Cave with this party. With another 1,000 gold, if we go up to 5,000, that's 99 potions. We could buy 99 heal potions and be done. Alright, Elfland, here we come. And we still need to get 1,500 gil to buy Thundara. We still need Lit 2. So... I think the fact that this sword is available here is a bug to begin with. Honestly. Where was it going? Oh, stairs. We check this box for some free gil. We fight the skeletons. I'm feeling like my progress is stalled in a couple of my games, but the truth is we are making good progress in most of them. It only feels that way because I took a couple of L's right in a row. No, I do want this room. This is right. So we go down here, we get this box, it's great. We see if fire can clean up all of these skeletons, even from like the back row. Oh, that thing's in the back row. What are we doing here, man? We're fighting. I gotta save the Pures for after the battle. Okay, so you try to potion yourself, please. You fight this mummy. You try to kill this skeleton, please. God damn it. God... It's the one thing that had to not happen was Jill getting hit. Fine. 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 If that's how it is, that's how it's going to be. I don't have, like, a Phoenix down, do I? I don't. Damn it! Alright, we're leaving this cave again. I'm not using my antidote on my other poison guy. I'm just not. He's gonna die. You know what, actually? We do this. That's what we do. We take the mulligan. Instead of walking all the way out of the dungeon and going all the way to a town and then walking all the way back, we just take the mulligan. You know what? We got in a butt encounter. We got... Like, everything bad happened to us. It happens. It happens. In those old Final... In Final Fantasy 1, it's going to happen. When we got to reset to get through the Marsh Cave, the Ice Cave. It's no different. It's the same thing. It's just a really swingy era of JRPGs. That's all. I feel a little better having killed some brawlers now. I feel it does feel. You know what? I'm gonna feel a little better too because I am gonna do the 3:30 a.m. cheesy biscuits. I've decided if I have Biscuit out there, I might not. Depends on what's in the pantry. But like if they're there, I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make me some cheesy biscuits. It's gonna be my midnight snack to pull me back from the brink of despair for all of the sadness that has transpired in Final Fantasy 3. And just like let's keep the good news rolling. I'm pretty sure I like where we landed in Final Fantasy 2, to be honest. I think I can go back to Final Fantasy 2 and start progressing through the storyline now. Because we've got to level 5 Fisties. That makes me very happy. I'm pretty happy to be at this save point here. 50 minutes in every game. You know, that's good, that's good. We're about to get Sabin in the party. Lots of good things are happening all over the shuffle. Lots of good things are happening. I just can't focus on the one game where, like, it's being mean, right? I'm playing 13 games at once. Statistically speaking, I'm gonna be taking the L in one of them at any given time. I can't take it personally. It's just dumb luck. It's bound to happen. So, yeah, you know. That's it for me. I guess we're drawing from these guys for a minute. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out. Sleep well.